Hello dear children and welcome back to your favorite ma'am. Today I am going to teach you about LCM. Do you know LCM stands for least common multiple. But you will ask ma'am, what is this prime factorization and division method? Relax, I will tell you all about LCM and I am sure you will enjoy this. So let's move forward. LCM stands for least common multiple. We need a minimum of two numbers to find their LCM. So LCM of two or more numbers is the least number, which is a multiple of all the given numbers. Let me show you an example. So to find out the LCM of 3 and 5, we first need to list all the multiples of 3 and then we will go on to list the multiples of 5. So when we are looking at the multiples of 3 and 5, we need to look at the common multiples between them. So first number that is common between them is 15 and the next one is 30. So out of these two multiples, the lowest common multiple between 3 and 5 is 15. So we will take this 15 to be the LCM of these two numbers. Now there are two ways an LCM can be done. The first is by prime factorization and the second is by division method. Now let's take them one by one and start with prime factorization method. To find out the LCM of any two numbers, we need to list the prime factors of each number and then wherever possible align them with common prime factor base. After that, we have to select the prime number that has the highest power or no matching power prime factor. And then at the end, to find out the LCM, we just need to multiply all the numbers. Let me show you all this with an example. So to find out the LCM of number 12 and number 90, we need to first draw the factors for these numbers. And to draw the factors for these numbers, we need to keep in mind the prime numbers. Now prime numbers are those numbers which are either divisible by 1 or by the number itself, and 2 is the smallest prime number. So when we're going to factor number 12, we see that it is an even number and so it will be divisible by 2. So when we divide 12 by 2, the quotient is 6. Now 6 again is an even number. So again we will divide it by 2 and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now 3 is itself a prime number. So it will be divided by itself and the quotient is 1. So we will now list the factors for 12. That is 2 into 2 into 3. Or also it can be written as 2 raised to power 2 into 3. Similarly, we will now factor 90. So 90 being an even number is divisible by 2. So 90 divided by 2 is 45. Now 45 we see is not an even number. It is an odd number. So it is not divisible by 2. So the next prime number is 3. So it is divisible by 3? Yes. Because 4 plus 5 is 9 and it is divisible by 3. So we will use 3 and divide 45 by 3. So the answer will be 15. Again, 15 is divisible by 3. So we will divide 15 by 3 and the outcome is 5. Now 5 is itself a prime number. So it will be divided by itself and the quotient is 1. So now we will list the factors for 90. That is 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, which can also be written as 2 into 3 raised to power 2 into 5. So now we will list the factors of 12 and 90 like this. The numbers with a common base are written together and numbers without a common base are written separately. After aligning the common factors, we note that the power of 2 raised to power 2 of 12 is greater than the 2 of 90. Similarly, the power of 3 raised to power 2 is greater than the 3 of 12. And also the 5 does not have any common base. So to find out the LCM of 12 and 90, we have to multiply all the three numbers, that is 2 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 2 into 5. That is 4 into 9 into 50, and the answer is going to be 180. So the LCM of 12 and 90 is 180. So let's go and try another example and find out the LCM of 80 and 120, keeping the prime numbers in our mind. So 80 is an even number, and so being an even number, it is divisible by 2. So 80 divided by 2 is 40. 40 again is an even number, so it is divisible by 2. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. 20 again is an even number. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 again is an even number. Divided by 2 is 5. Now 5 is a prime number, and I'm sure you remember that prime numbers are those numbers which are either divisible by 1 or by the number themselves. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now let's list their factors. So 80 factors of 80 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5, or we can write them as 2 raised to power 4 into 5. Similarly, now let's go and factor 120. Now 120 is a big number, but it is an even number. So being an even number, it is divisible by 2. So 120 divided by 2 is 60. Similarly, 60 is an even number. So 60 divided by 2 is 30. 30 again is an even number. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now 15 is not an even number, so it won't be divisible by 2. So the next prime number is 3. So is it divisible by 3? Yes. Why? Because 1 plus 5 of 15 makes 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. So 15 will be divisible by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Again, 5 is a prime number, so it will be divided by itself. So the factors for 120 will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5, or they can be written like 2 raised to power 3 into 3 into 5. So now we will list the factors of 80 and 120 like this. The number with a common base are written together, and the numbers without a common base are written separately. After aligning the factors with their common bases, we note that the power of 2 raised to power 4 factor of 80 has more power than 2 raised to power 3. Similarly, the number 3 has no common basis, and the number 5 is common in both the numbers. So, to find out the LCM of 80 and 120, we will multiply the highlighted numbers, that is 2 raised to power 4 into 3 into 5, which is 16 into 3 into 5. So the LCM of 80 and 120 is 240. Now let's take one last example of LCM and try to find the LCM of 17 and 71. Again, keeping the prime numbers in our mind. So first, when we have to take out the LCM of 17, we note that 17 itself is a prime number, and hence it is not divisible by any other number other than the 1 and the number itself. So when we divide 17 by 17, the quotient comes out to be 1. So the factor for 17 is 17 itself. Again, when we have to divide 71, we note that 71 is also a prime number, and hence a prime number is divisible by 1 and itself only. So when 71 is divided by 71, the answer is 1. So the factor for 71 is 71 itself. Since the factor of 17 is 17 itself and the factor of 71 is 71. So the LCM of 17 and 71 together will be 17 into 71, which comes out to be 1207. So now we know how to do LCM by prime factorization method. And now let's move forward and learn how to do LCM by division method. To do LCM of division method of any two or more numbers, we need to list them with a comma in between them and then divide the numbers by prime numbers, which either divide all or at least any two of them. And then we will repeat the process until all quotients are either 1 or any prime numbers. And then we will multiply all the prime numbers to get the LCM for the numbers. So to find out the LCM of 24 and 30, we will list them together with a comma in between. Now keeping the prime numbers in our mind, we will start dividing them. Since 24 and 30 both are even numbers, we will start dividing them with the lowest prime number, that is 2. So 24 divided by 2 is 12 and 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now again we see the factors that we have got are 12 and 15. Since 12 is an even number, it is divisible by 2. So we will divide 12 by 2, which comes out to be 6. But 15 is not an even number and it is not divisible by 2. So we will take 15 forward as it is. Again, we see 6 is an even number. So we will keep on dividing this by 2, which comes out to be 3. 15 again is not divisible by 2. So we will take 15 forward as it is. Now we don't have any even number. So the next number after 2 is 3. So we will start dividing the numbers by 3. So 3 divided by the 3 is number 1. And 15 is divisible by 3. So the answer is 5. Now the numbers that we have got are 1 and 5. 5 is a prime number, so we can stop here. So the LCM for 24 and 30 will be 2, 2, 2, 2 and 5. All the prime numbers that we have got, we will multiply them. And the answer for them is 120. So the LCM for 24 and 30 is 120. Now let's try and find the LCM of 100, 150 and 200. So we will start again by listing them with a comma in between and keeping the prime numbers in our mind. Since all three are even numbers, we will start dividing them with 2. 100 divided by 2 is 50. 150 divided by 2 is 75. 200 divided by 2 is 100. Again, since 50 and 100 both are even numbers and are divisible by 2, we will continue to divide them by 2. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. Since 75 is not divisible by 2 as it is not an even number, we will take it forward as it is. 100 again divided by 2 is 50. Now out of these three, 50 is still divisible by 2. So we will keep on dividing it and taking the others forward as it is, like 25 and 75. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. Now out of these three numbers, there is no even number. So we cannot divide it by 2. So the next prime number is 3. So 25 is not divisible by 3. So we will take it forward as it is. 75 when divided by 3 comes out to be 25. And again taking the third 25 as it is forward. Now these numbers are not divisible by 3 but are divisible by the next prime number, that is 5. So 25 when divided by 5 is 5. Again, the last number 5 is divisible by 5 itself or 1 as it is a prime number. So we have solved the quotient to total complete 1. So now to find out the LCM of 100, 150 and 200, we will list down all the prime numbers, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 5. And the answer for the LCM of 100, 150 and 200 is 600. So now let's take one last example to find out the LCM of 102, 136 and 170. So I hope you remember how do we list them? Yes, we list them with a comma in between and together. And what do we keep in our mind? We keep the prime numbers in our mind. So looking at the numbers, they are all even numbers. So that means they are divisible by 2, which is the lowest prime number. So we will start dividing them by 2. 102 divided by 2 comes out to be 51. 136 divided by 2 is 68. 170 divided by 2 is 85. Out of these three numbers, only 68 is an even number. So it is divisible by 2. So we will divide 68 by 2 and take the other two numbers 51 and 85 forward as it is. So 51 will go as 51, 68 will become 34 and 85 will go forward as 85. Again, out of these three numbers, 34 is still even. So it will be divided by 2 and 51 will go forward as 51. 34 divided by 2 will become 17 and 85 will also go forward as 85. Now there is no even number left. So the next prime number is 3. So we will divide these numbers by 3. 51 divided by 3 is 17. Next number, since 17 is not divisible by 3, it will go forward as it is. And so does 85. Now again, no number is divisible by 3. So the next prime number is 5. So 17 is not divisible by 5. It will go forward as 17. Again 17 is not divisible by 5. Same for the second number. And now 85 divided by 5 is also 17. So we have got three same numbers, that is 17. So 17 is itself a prime number. So when 17 is divided by 17, the answer is always 1. So when we have to list the LCM for 102, 136 and 170, we will look at the factors, that is 17 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. That is 2040. So the LCM is 2040. With this, we have completed LCM and how to take out LCM by the method of prime factorization and by division method. If you liked the video, go ahead and press the like button and leave a comment. Don't forget to share and subscribe the channel for more interesting videos like this. Thank you.